called Unitree. So, I want to start off by asking you all for some observations. Does anyone want to raise their hand and share something that they noticed about this robot?
It's just V1 Ultra Cobra.
Yeah, what do you notice? Oh, you saw it on the video. Wait, that's cool. Yeah, you may have seen some videos of this robot and our other robot, maybe even our Spot robot. That's the yellow one.
Hi, y'all.
Any other observations that you want to share? Yeah, what do you notice? It looks like a person. Yeah. So that's a great observation. It's walking around on two legs, just like I'm doing right now. It can wave like I'm waving right now. So there are some similarities between this robot and a human, but wait a minute. I can't turn around that far, right? I don't know if any of us can. So that's something that this robot can do that I can't do. There are other things that this caters to help the people driving with the robot just know that everything is working according to plan. But right here, right above those blue lights, there's a camera that helps it detect kind of where it's going. But it doesn't have actual eyes, per se. Now, one thing that I just mentioned was that the lights help the person driving it know that everything is okay. That's a really important point. Everything that we've seen this robot do so far, walking around, turning, waving, it's not doing it on its own. It's all being controlled by Craig over here. So Craig has a little remote that kind of looks like a video game controller, and everything that he is doing, or everything that the robot is doing, is being controlled by Craig. So you can see those little joysticks. Craig can move them forward and backward, and there are some other controls that tell the robot to wave its hand, or sit down, or stand up. So this robot cannot do anything all on its own. Everything is being controlled by Craig. Not consciously trying to do that on its own. It can't think for itself. That was all controlled by Craig. And I will also mention, even though it put out its hand, it looks like a hand like we might have, but it cannot wiggle its fingers. These are just pieces of solid plastic. So this is the extent of what it can do in terms of shaking a hand. Okay, what other questions? Yeah, what's your question? Ooh, that's a great question. Why does it have green lights? So we already talked about those blue lights, but you might notice on the side over here, under its arm, there are 4 little green lights. Those green lights are the batteries. So right under its arm, there's a big battery about that big, and the lights tell us how charged the battery is. So it's full presentation, we recharge the battery. Okay, what other questions do we have about G1? Yeah, right here. Is it what? Ooh, can it drive a car? It cannot drive a car. So, there are a handful of reasons why this robot can't drive a car. First of all, it isn't able to make decisions on its own. Everything is controlled by Craig, or whoever's driving it. And also, it's very limited in the things that it can do with its body. So I think we've seen most of the things so far, walking around, raising the hand, shaking the hand. It can also go from sitting to standing, but it can't really roll a car. So unfortunately the answer is no. This robot certainly cannot drive a car. Okay, what other questions? Yeah, we got there over to our other robot, Go2. Give us one moment while we switch things up over here.
He's done.
Four-legged robot, or as roboticists call a quadruped robot. This is called Go2. It was designed by the same company as G1 here, and it is a robot dog. Now, Go2 was designed as an entertainment model of robot, which means it's not built to do tasks like, say, Spot, our Boston Dynamics robot in the AI exhibit, shameless plug, is doing. But it is built for entertainment and research purposes. So it can do a whole lot more than G1 can.
Oh.
Great question. This is one of my favorite questions, which is, my friend over here notices that spinning thing underneath Go2. That there is called LiDAR. That is its LiDAR system. What LiDAR is is as that thing spins, it shoots out laser pulses that reflect back to the sensor, and it allows GoTo to see around it in every direction. It creates a three-dimensional map of everything around it, which is really cool because GoTo is able to use that data to know the things around it. Those pink dots there, that's you, the audience, in GoTo's vision. So say if GoTo were to run directly into this cone right here, it will see the cone and know it's there and stop and go around it. It has something called object avoidance capabilities. So no matter how hard Sloan tries to run GoTo directly into the cone, it won't do it. So it's smart enough to know what objects are around it. It's really cool that way. Yeah, what's your
just pass
question?
through the barrier. You gonna do it again? No.
And it's really a test to push the boundaries of what robot dogs can do. So in the future, we might send similar type robot dogs to other planets. We often like to, when we build robots, we like to base them off of things we see in nature. It's called biomimicry. And so when they built GoTo, they're trying to think about which animal is best at balancing on four legs. And what's better at balancing on four legs than a dog? But for certain spacecraft that we are planning to build robots for other planets, we use biomimicry all the time. For example, on an icy moon of Europa, the icy moon of Europa, moon of Jupiter, they're thinking about building a snake-based robot to slither around the icy surface. So, may not be this particular dog, but we use robotics like this to build animal-like robots to go to other planets all the time. Yes. Unfortunately, we cannot make this one do a flip because, well, in order.
Oh my god!
That was so weird.
Do it again! Do it again! That was adorable! Do it again! Go for it!
So, questions about research and development going on with these robots. What kind of research are we doing? Can we see a future for these kind of robots in space, for example? And as of right now, for especially G1, not really for space-themed things. Because right now, two-legged humanoid robots is a burgeoning, that is a great question. In the case of our four-legged robot here, it's still hard to get a robot to balance and move around as nimbly as this. So, like I mentioned, we are pushing these robots to their boundaries in our research to see what they truly are capable of. And the way they balance is really cool. For Unitree's robots specifically, the way they balance is they go through AI training algorithms to learn where all four of their motors are in relation to each other. So when GoTo does a handstand, if it feels one of its motors moving one way, it will move the other way to account for that. The same way that we humans balance. If I'm standing here and I'm leaning forward, I'm going to know to lean back to catch myself. And this robot does the exact same thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How long did it take to build?
Ooh, that's a great question. How long did it take to build GoTo? And I believe Unitree was inspired by Spot when Spot was released in 2016. So they started building GoTo in 2016, and it took. So I want to note real quick that the object avoidance mode is off, and that is why the light is blue, not green. So now that object avoidance is off, it doesn't know to look out for objects. Now, so 2016, and this was released around 2024, so I'm not good at math. I think that's 8 years or so, maybe not. I think that is about 8 years. And it took several iterations of robots on top of each other to reach this final product here. That's a great question. Any other questions? Yes.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
yeah.
good question. we ever sent GoTo to Jupiter. But GoTo could do well on something with a surface like the Moon or Mars. That is a good question. Yes. Oh yes, so the question is about the spinning thing under GoTo's mouth. That is the LiDAR system. It shoots out laser pulses and reflects light back to it, so it's able to see around it in every direction. It's how the robot sees. Yeah. Absolutely. The question is, can we upgrade this robot? And that's the great thing about robotics is, in robotics, you create prototypes and then you iterate. You build on top of robots that you've already made to make them better and better and better. For example, with G1 here, they've already released a new version of G1 called R2 that is able to do way more things. It can do cartwheels, it can do karate, it can run, it can box.
Let me just fall over.
Why do all of them have
Oh, he's jumping. Oh. Looks like a frog when he does that.
So the question is, why do they all have AI built into them to let them see? And so technically, the AI is not built into the system itself. The way that they are able to see is through AI training algorithms. So even before, when the robots are being built and we're building the software inside the robots, we iterate their learning on how to balance. So basically, they take the software and they put it through iterations and with pass-fail tests. So it doesn't have AI that lets it see. It uses its past experience to learn from it. The same way, in a very similar way to the way we learn from trial and error in our everyday lives. It's a good question. Yeah. Two can jump. It can walk on its hind legs. It can do a handstand. It can roll over. Pretty much a lot of tricks that dogs can do. Because Unitree was really laying into the whole dog theme with this robot. But it's interesting when we build robots because we build them to do what we want them to do based on the types of things you want to do. For example, Spot in there is an industrial-based robot. So we built it to not do a lot of tricks. In fact, it doesn't do any tricks, really. The only things it's good at doing is having tools on its back for industrial people to use. Whereas GoTo is for everyday people to buy. You could buy GoTo right now. It's about $2,800, so kids, ask your parents. That's a joke, do not ask your parents, they will be mad. All right, I think we have time for our final part of the show. If you have any remaining questions, stick around after the show. Sloan and I will be happy to answer them. But for now, for all of you who have stuck around to the end, it is time for our robot disco dance party. Get your cameras out. This is going to be fun.
Watch, I'm gonna run out of storage right as it starts. Oh, he's getting up. It's amazing.
Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.
So peak.